Hi. We are getting started on Cali Co Block 2. Yahoo! I pulled it off of her blog site. Every now and then I have to remember, how do you get to a blog site? I think it's on the internet. Then you go to her site that talks about it. Anyway, so it calls for Coriander Quilts by Quilter, Block of the Month, Block 2. Yippee! First of all, it starts with 16 3x3s. Remember, I've already got them cut up from the last time. Then I have 2 rectangles that are shorter. So 2 of the shorter ones, I think those are the 2 that I picked. The mice and a little flower. Then 2 of the longer rectangles, which I picked, were polka dots and flowers. 4 big squares. I sort of got 2 green ones, a teal and an orange. We'll see how that goes. This green has a little teal in it, doesn't it? Nope. Well, it'll go with this other thing. And now we're supposed to have 16 white triangles. I think I need to cut those, actually. I don't think I cut those. Well, we'll do that. And then white rectangles. Guess I need to cut those too, so I'll get on that. And then we'll come back together and we'll sew it together, okay? So assemble all your parts and we'll keep going. Okay, here we go. I got everything cut out, I think. You know, we went through all those colorful pieces. Now we have the white strips painted, or finished as well. Painted, good grief. All right, so that's page 1. Did you download that one? Just in case you want to take a picture of it, it's there. Now then, let's go to page 2. Piecing instructions. Ooh. It says we're going to do right sides together, 1/4 inch seam. Mark the diagonal line across the back of an E square. Well, an E square is white 3x3s. It says make 32 half square triangles, and 16 will be used in a later block. So I have to think it must be these guys. So we're gonna put a line down the middle and then sew on either side. That must be how we're doing it. Did you understand that? So we're gonna take one of these, the 3x3 white or background, and we're gonna mark a line on it with a friction pin. Yep, that's one of those. Corner to corner. Here we go, back again. There we go. Now that goes on face to face with this mouse one, or any of your 3x3 pieces. And then I'm going to pin it, which reminds me that I'm going to sew down either side. I'm going to sew down either side of that by 1/4 inch. And then when we cut them in half, we'll have 2 half square triangles, one on either side. And it says we're going to do all 16 of our colored squares with a white square, leaving a 16 to use this time and 16 to use in the future project. You will have 2 half square triangles for each color. We trim them down to 2.5 by 2.5 square, and we repeat to make a total of 32. Okay, we can do that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mark them. Keep on rolling here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so there's your 16. Did I get 16 of these guys too? I thought we only got 8 of those. It says 16. Yep, it says 16. So I'm going to count them again. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I got 16. 4, 5, 6, 7. Good grief. Okay, let's get some more here. 8. 9, 10. 13, 14, 15, 16. Try to get a variety, you know. So now we've got 16 for sure. And I'm going to go down and put a line on the back of each one. Trying to do the back, not the front. Although with these like Kona cottons, they're pretty much both ways would work. I was just watching Mona Did What and Debs, the Pug Mama Quilter. They have a live going on right now. But while I was on there, one of you asked, am I going to do block 2? So I had to race home and get going on. I think that was Bernice. Hi, Bernice. Okay, we're going to start sewing them. I borrowed my friend's machine. My little brother was having a problem while I was trying to put, when I was trying to quilt in a grid, this big baby quilt I did for the Kaleidoscope baby quilt. So I borrowed a Singer, they're just a workhorse, you know. But I'm going to use it for a little bit longer and then we'll switch back to my brother. But I got to make sure what we are at 1/4 of an inch. There's no marks on this one. Okay, let's type that down. That'll do. Now, we put that right down the side. There we go. If that did it or what I want it to do. Yeah, it did. Where's my favorite scissors? It's these little guys. These are my favorites. Now we'll do it again on this side. Perfect. Next. So I'll cut out a bunch of this, but we're just going to go down each side. Right. Okay, that one's already done. So that's going to give us 16. Now let's get these pins out of here before I poke myself. And we're going to want to cut them in half. And I want to be sure to plug in the iron. There we go. Get that cooking. Now I'm going to cut them apart on the drawn line. Okay. Next. Well, I don't know. Do we cut them apart? That might be the best way to do it. Because they will get tangled up if we don't do it. I think this is going to be fun. Okay, let's go press them. Pressing to the dark side. Set the seams and then press to the dark side. Okay, next we're supposed to cut them down to 2.5 by 2.5. So I'm gonna find my smallest ruler, which is 3.5. But that's okay, we'll work with it. So if we're at 2.5, hey, that's perfect. Just the ears. Okay, let's see how this one measures up. Let's see, which would 2.5. Boy, that's right on the money. How'd that happen? How'd that happen? Now this one looks sort of small. Yeah, it's a little small. We'll put him into the reject pile since we have more than enough to work with. That one's fine. 1, 2.5. Boy, that's big. How did that one get so big? I don't know. Boy, maybe I'm not doing this one right. Let me back up here. 1, 2.5. 2.5 by 2.5. Okay, they all need to be trimmed. I was doing it at 3 apparently by 3. Goes to show we should probably mark this at 2.5 so I don't get mixed up again. Okay, so if we're going to do 1, 2.5, be right there. And this way it's right here. Let's see if that works better. Oh, by far. So this is an accurate 2.5 by 2.5. And this one's coming right along. Boom, there's 2. We could probably use this one now. I thought that one was off. There. Now how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we need 4 more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, this one, pink. These can all just get cut down next time. Bang. I can't wait to get them done so we can lay out the block. I think that'll be great. Alrighty then, 16 half quarters. Lay it out. Okay, we can do it. Lay out the 16 half square triangles as illustrated. Sew them together and press as illustrated. All right, we can do that. Okay, let's do it. Okay, this way, wrong, this way. Okay, now we'll put a yellow one going this way. Gray, we don't have gray. We'll use one of these guys. Then we have color out, out, and then a green in, and a blue. Then this next row is yellow. I got a lot of blue ones, don't I? Then the bottom is okay. I can't have two cherries next to each other, so we'll do that. Now, is that how it looks? Let's make sure. Yep. That is supposed to go like that. And this one is supposed to go like this. Boy, I cannot trust myself 5 minutes. Okay, so here we go. This one is there. Okay, here these two are together. Then this one goes like that. Okay, this one goes like this. Then the reverse, reverse, and this way. This one is up, down, up, up. And white outer, 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 outer. Okay, I think those are together. I think the rest of these are coming together too. Well, let me go ahead and sew them together, and when we get them all done, then we'll put the white borders, and then we'll put on the striped borders, and then we come to the ears, the part where I messed up the worst last time. So we'll do better this time, okay? All right, so I'm gonna put you on pause, and I'll come back as soon as I get these guys put together. All righty. Okay, we're back. Hi. So we got this little guy, supposed to be 8.5. You know what? It actually is 8.5. Isn't that nice how it fits together? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is going to the second page of our instructions. No, this is third page. In case you didn't get the second page, here it is. So, third page says we're going to take these guys and put the two white ones, the borders on. So we're going to do our little white borders. And then we're going to go back and do some colored borders. Okay, and those all go bye-bye. So here we go. We're going to put that on. You know, I like to do it so that I can see those seams, so make sure they're flat. So I better go like this. So this one's next. Then we'll put the sides on. Okay. And I assume we want it to go out, so. Wrong. Put it on this way. That was a close call. Almost put it on backwards. If you were here, you could tell me, shape up, pay attention. This is not going to be too long. I wonder if that's... Ten and 3/4. Okay, well, that accounts for a little bit being off, but it's off by quite a bit. Well, when we get it on underneath the needle here, we'll give it a little snug. And these were all, this one was going up and the rest were going down. Would you know? Okay, here we got those borders on. Hey, it's gonna look pretty good, huh? Let me go iron it. Let's see how far off we are on measurements. What is this one supposed to measure? 10.5 by 10.5. Let's see how far off we are. We're at 10. Well, I'll tell you what, when I put on these colored borders, I'll make them 1/8 of a seam, and that'll give us 1, 2, that'll give us another half. We'll do that. And I probably just made too big of a seam on these guys. Yeah, those look big. Definitely it's because I'm using this different machine. Okay, little tiny stitch. Oh, that didn't sew on there. Doggone it. A sneaky thing. Sure spoiled having that brother that self-threads. I'm gonna have to switch back to that one. Let me iron these down. Now we're only off by an eighth, so that's even better. Okay, let's see if we can get this a skinny little seam too. Well, I guess that plastic thing got in the way and I ran over it. Isn't that enough to make you mad? Well, while we're in here, let's go ahead and take this bobbin out, put a new one in. Now let's see. Comes around this way, then goes in there. And out there. Okay, now I'll just put this on here. Yay! So it's looking pretty good. We didn't lose any corners. Did pretty good. Now let's see here. I want to, with one corner I didn't like. Let's see, where is that? Oh, here it is. It was like it's distorting. See? Well, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to take it in a little tiny bit more. That works real good. Okay, now let's see how big this is. This is supposed to be now 12.5 by 12.5. Okay, let's see, how close are we? 12.25. Let's stretch it out a little more. 12 3/8. Pretty doggone close. Mine are usually too big anyway. This is sort of nice having one just barely the right size. Okay then, I'll give it one more press and then we'll put those ears on the end, the sides. Okay, now what I did last time was put them on wrong. So let's make sure I do it right this time. I picked out 4 different ones, a green flower, a navy flower, a Lori Holt something, and a Lori Holt something. I don't think that was Lori Holt, but I think that was a Corioto something or other. Anyway, so let's see here. We are gonna do something different. We're gonna draw a diagonal line on the back of these guys here. Well, it says draw a diagonal line across the back of a D square. Okay, well, let's do that step. Here it is. Now, diagonal across the back of this guy. Friction. There we go. Now it says draw a second diagonal line a half an inch away from the first one. Huh. So I'm going to put that on the, and then here's a half. So last time what I did was I drew a line down the middle and then put a line on either side. But this time we drew the line down the middle and then a half inch over, so these are not going to be the same sizes. You got that last time, but I sure didn't. I'm going to do the same to all of them. And the half inch. Diagonal and a half inch. All right, now let's see how these go on here. It says to put them on with the small, let's see, place the RSD, right square T, RST. What's an RST? Must be this one, D. Yes, D. The bigger 4.5 by 4.5. And it appears that you would put the smaller half on the corner, according to this picture here. See how that corner is smaller than this one here? And it makes sense, because then it would bend out and, well, let's double check it. Let me read it again. With the shorter marked line towards the outside edge of the block. Well, that's it. Sew on both marked lines. Oh, that's right. We're going to get those extra corner pieces. Okay. Okay, let's put this one over. No, the smaller one goes to the outside. Okay. Smaller to the outside. Okay, I think we got it. We're going to sew along both lines and then cut that off, and then this folds out. And the smaller one is away. All right, I think I've got it. Okay, let's do it. Okay, now we're going to come down the other side. Boy, this little machine is working like a champ. Okay, just said that and it jumped and sucked up the thread. Darn it anyway. These are the niftiest things. I think I talked to you about it last time, but those forceps, woo! Love them. Thank you, Fat Square, Fat Quarter sampler box. Maybe we better trim that again. There we go. Cut it. I'm just going to sneak it in underneath there and go again. Maybe I'll sneak it in on top of it. Okay, I'll cut it. One more corner and we are done with this. Pretty exciting. I think the first one took me 2.5 hours. This one's not taking very long. I think the longest was just cutting all those little squares down to a 2.5 by 2.5. And as it was, I only did 16 anyway, but I left the other ones to do next time. One more. Yay, all done. Now, the final step is to lost a tip off of one of them. Okay, final step is to trim it off in between the two lines. Okay, we can do that. In between the two lines. Here we go. Can I do it? Ay, that's one. Okay, in between the two lines. Bang. And again, whoa, get in line there. Harder to see on that polka dot. Done. And here's these little guys. Yoo-hoo! Okay, here is Cali Co Block number 2. Thanks for watching with me again. Okay, let's do it again next month. Take care. Bye now. Okay.